morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Friday, the 9th day of June, 2023, Friday of the 9th week of the year, the 9th week in Ordinary Time. Coming to you from the front of Siena College. This is Siena Hall, the first classroom building that was built to be functioning as offices for different departments and for classrooms. The president's office is here. The great lantern tower that is there, again, shines out over the suburb of Loudonville, where Siena College is located and is one of the principal symbols of the college. This is the front lawn. Well, actually, no. This is the front lawn over here of Siena College, the college itself. And down from Siena Hall, going this way, is the Friary. So this is where the friars will live. A very nice accommodation, by the way. And if we go down over to here a little bit, you'll be able to see what was the old friary and the main chapel. Always the problem with Siena College is that, they never thought they would grow as much as they did. And so they built a nice, modest little kind of chapel, which served the friars and then the students who were there. Generally, most of them were commuters. And so it wasn't a residential college for a while. And so the chapel is in need of expansion, and so things like that. So it serves its purpose. It's a cute, quaint little chapel, but it could be, it needs to be larger for this place. This is Kiernan Hall, which has classrooms in it, a couple of other departments. I forget which. It's been a while again since I've been here. But then over here is, you keep going down. Don't worry, I'll get to the reflection soon. Lots of things that are happening here. So right here is St. Mary of the Angels Chapel. There it is, right over there. And work is being done along the frontispiece and things like that. So there's a lot of, you can still get into the chapel because that's where we've been having our prayers. But there's St. Mary of the Angels Chapel fronting Loudon Road, which is the road that Siena College is on. Next to it, however, and a part of it, so connected to it, is what is known as Hines Hall now, named for one of the former presidents, Friar Hugh Hines, at Siena College. And just to get an impression of when the college was founded, or in its greatest heyday of having friars basically do everything here at the college, this is the old friary. This is Hines Hall. So this is just one side of it. The other side's behind this tree over here. But all those windows on the second, or on the third and the fourth top floors, those all would have been rooms for friars. And then there's also a wing that goes off to the back. Probably it could have housed about 80 friars. So when you think about those kinds of days, it's very interesting, again, to imagine now. Now it serves as a residence for students. And so students sometimes like living in the old residence that the friars used to live in, because they moved down the way into a smaller friary. But on this Friday of the 9th week of the year, again, the wonderful story of Tobit continues. We'll hear it until the end of this week. But Tobit has come back from having married Sarah, Raguel's daughter. Asmodeus has been defeated. Tobit did not die on his marriage bed, and so he brings back also healing at the hands of Raphael the angel for his father Tobit. So Tobiah smears fish gall, which is fish gallbladder, onto Tobit's eyes, and the cataracts are able to be peeled away, and Tobit can see again. Joy and wonder meet the entire Jewish community in the city of Nineveh, which was the capital of the Assyrian Empire, where the Jews have been exiled to. And they await the arrival of Sarah. And when she arrives, there's even more greater joy and wondrous things that will happen. So again, a first happy ending for Tobit and Tobiah, Sarah, the family, and everything else, again, because God is merciful. And Tobit says that again and again and again, how glorious is God because of God's mercy and God's care for the people that God claims as God's own. In the gospel today, it's a very strange gospel. In Mark's gospel today, there are 3 lines or 3 verses. It's not very long at all. In answer to the question that the scribes raise as to how will the Messiah, the Christ, be anointed? Or how will the Christ be identified? Is he identified as the Son of God or the Son of David? And For the scribes, it is that the Christ is the son of David. But then Jesus quotes, I think it's Psalm 110, in which David is talking about someone other than a son of his. And Jesus is doing this to basically show that he is not, as the scribes and Pharisees would have predicted the Messiah to be. It is not just a descendant of David, although Jesus is, according to Matthew and Luke's gospel, but that Jesus is also something more. Again, Mark does not have a nativity narrative. Mark does not have a genealogy for who Jesus is. Luke and Matthew do. But here Jesus is referencing the fact that the Psalm 110 speaks about God as Lord speaking to another Lord, and that Lord being his son, who is God's son and not necessarily David's son. So the greater cosmic origin of Jesus, and for the apostles and the scribes and the Pharisees and what have you, to recognize the fact again that there is something different in their midst, something that is giving them something different to hope for and to believe in, and that the Messiah that they may have expected and predicted will not be the Messiah who delivers, and will not be the Messiah who is in their midst. Again, always important for us as believers to try to understand this, is that the God that we might want to have come to us is not always the God who does, and how do we receive the God who does with the same wonder and love and amazement as would be what we expected God to be. A continuous blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. This is the final day again of our chapter here at Siena College, Holy Name Province, the final chapter of the province before it becomes Our Lady of Guadalupe province. Continue to pray for us, please, and may the Lord give you his peace.